Hey everyone, my name's Kimmy Meisner, coming at you from the Babe Ruth Museum, and it's time for another episode of How About That? So this story is about the dress that you'll see here in the museum. This is my favorite dress, this red one. I wore this when I was competing in the Olympics in 2006, and I also won Worlds in this dress. It has a very special place in my heart. It was all hand beaded by my designer, Brad Griffiths, at the time. I remember it was the first time he did a chiffon skirt, and he was nervous about it, and it actually turned out just so great. Picking the color was like, what's gonna go with the music? You know, you always sit down and try to think about what's gonna match. And I just remember listening to my music and being like, red is just this powerful color. Kind of historically, you know, you always think about red as a power color, and I know I wanted to feel that way when I got on the ice. Kind of funny story though, leading up to actually getting the dress that you now see, this final product, was before the 2006 season started, any athlete who was a potential Olympic contender had to go and do a media summit. So at the time, I didn't have my dress ready yet, this final product one like you see. So I had just one he made for me really quickly. It was still red, kind of had some gold beading around it, had little cap sleeves, didn't have a chiffon skirt, and had no beading here in the middle, so it was just completely bare. But I used that dress to take all of my photos in, just in case I were to make the Olympics. So at Nationals that year, I woke up one day, the USA Today had decided to use my picture on their cover, and it was in this original dress that had no beading. I was in kind of like a power pose, and people thought it was very provocative because there was nothing here in the middle, which was hilarious to me because it was the opposite, I think, of provocative. It was a character kind of story and piece, but I feel like that's what makes this other dress even more special, is just knowing how much effort went into putting all of the beads there in the middle, because that definitely took Brad some time. Being able to look back on it now in hindsight, I just realized like that was such a huge component of making me feel powerful when I stepped on the ice and making me feel confident and like capable of performing to the level that I ultimately did. So come on down to the museum, check out the dress, check out the other exhibits, and thank you so much for supporting Baltimore sports. I'm Kimmy Meisner, and this has been another episode of How About That?